Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we actually ended up getting some surprise announcements and details on the next major Battlefield 6 title update, the next gameplay update, the 1.2.1.5 update. Today, Battlefield put out a brand new blog and some new patch notes detailing this title update going live early next week. So we weren't really sure too much what the cadence was going to be like with updates between the different phases of season 2. Obviously, we had season 2 drop a few days back. We know that phase 2 of season 2 is coming up in mid-March. They did say they've got several new updates planned in season for different quality of life updates, gameplay updates, things of that nature. But now we do have the full update details for 1.2.1.5. They say this game update focuses on quality of life improvements, stability fixes, which hopefully will be great, and resolving several issues across gameplay, UI, the battle pass, and battle royale. This update also restores missing store content, which we'll detail in just a moment. That's kind of crazy, and addresses critical revive and gadget interactions. This update's going to arrive on Tuesday, March 3rd. So next Tuesday morning, presumably, we're going to have a full-on title update. This will be download required for everyone, basically, but we do have the full patch notes out for it now and all the changes that we can expect with this update next Tuesday. If you guys enjoy the videos, we are going through all the updates, all the details here. Do me a favor, drop a like. It's always seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, you want to make sure you are always in the know for everything going on in Battlefield, whether it be new leaks and rumors, updates and changes like this. It's all right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. So they say 4 major updates coming in the 1.2.1.5 update. They are implementing additional stability improvements to reduce client crashes. In general, always objectively, a pretty good thing, I would say. Improved front-end tile loading times for a smoother menu experience. Restored missing store items to players' inventories from Bountiful Harvest, PAX Vanguard, and Devil Dogs bundles. The Battlefield Comms Twitter account actually just the other day put out a notice and was like, hey, heads up, we know that there's content in these bundles that you guys are paying for, but you're not actually getting. So like the store bundle straight up, Bountiful Harvest, PAX Vanguard, and Devil Dogs, you'd buy the bundle and you wouldn't get everything that was supposed to be available in the bundle. So just kind of getting scammed. Definitely some good news there that these are getting resolved. You're actually getting your money's worth out of the bundle, and what you're paying full price for is actually being delivered to you there. We then get into the change log here with actual player and gameplay updates. So first up with the player updates here, they addressed a crash that could occur during camera behavior transitions there, implemented further stability improvements to reduce client crashes. They don't, however, get into any specifics here. What's more stable here? Is there specific menu bugs that are getting fixed that prevent crashes? Is it something we're doing in game that's causing a crash, whether it be like a certain input with certain buttons or using a certain gadget and looking at a certain spot? Like weird things like that can happen. I wish we got more specifics there so players who do have those niche issues can be assured, okay, hey, they fixed my issue here, or am I going to have to go in and test and see if my game is still broken? Nonetheless, though, there is further stability improvements coming in this update. They are resolving an issue where initiating a revive while equipping a mask could cause the mask to remain in hand and then just completely block your weapon usage. So very niche scenario here, but nonetheless, they have fixed that, of course. They also restored previously owned items that disappeared from player inventories, including content from Bountiful Harvest, PAX Vanguard, and the Devil Dog bundles, as we just alluded to in the major updates section there. With new weapon updates here, they improved the visual fidelity of the Objective Ace skin when viewed at longer distances. So basically, if someone was wearing this skin, you were zooming in on them with any kind of scope at certain distances, it would be harder to see this skin than intended, essentially. So they have made it easier to spot players using this skin at further distances. You won't have any like weird invisibility bugs or like where half the skin doesn't really render in, so you're like trying to aim on a part of the player body that you can't fully see. Weird scenario there, kind of niche yet again, but it is getting fixed here with this update on Tuesday. Couple of map and mode updates here. They updated spawn logic with an additional out of combat area check to prevent unintended spawn locations. So just fixing some spawn problems there with UI and HUD. Here, they corrected an issue where the tier skip deep link in the bulletin directed players to an empty store screen. Were they also charging for that empty store screen? Like they were missing out on bundle content and some of the other ones there. The store just seems rather broken as of late. They also are improving front-end tile loading times to reduce delays when navigating menus, so you can just get to different tiers a little bit faster, whether you're going between modes or into your loadouts, into your operators, whatever the case is there. They're also resolving an issue where Battle Pass rewards on the active path could display placeholder text or missing icons. Just a small visual update with that. Portal's getting some updates here, addressed a crash related to area validation checks, so you won't be running into that issue anymore either, hopefully, once this update goes live. And then we've got some REDSEC updates happening here as well, with REDSEC player updates. Resolved an issue in Battle Royale where the tracking pulse recon trait could activate when destroying any deployable gadget there, so just balancing that out so it's functioning as intended now. With UI and HUD updates in REDSEC, addressed an issue in Battle Royale duos where pings were not displayed in the elimination feed. And then also with audio updates here for REDSEC, they resolved an issue in Gauntlet where gas mask voiceover lines would play while inside of armored vehicles. So you'd be in an armored vehicle and you're hearing people talk about the gas, and that audio is all sorts of messed up and wonky there. That actually concludes the patch notes. So while yes, this is a surprise update and it certainly fixes some important things, like if you spent your real money on those store bundles, getting the actual content you paid for is a big deal. So nice that they are pretty quick to fix this one here. Anytime we get crash fixes and stability fixes, that's always a good thing. But this is now yet another update where some pretty heavy concerns aren't addressed. You may recall back prior to Season 2 dropping, the devs did sort of reiterate that things like netcode are going to get updates in Season 2, but they won't be making it in time for launch. It's a bit unfortunate that that means it'll be sometime in season, and now we're left to guess, okay, hey, we have a new gameplay update coming next week. Are they going to be in these patch notes? Okay, they're not. This is more like small quality of life fixes and store fixes and things like that. Okay, well, are we now going to see another update before phase 2, or are we going to have to wait till the middle of March to potentially see some netcode improvements and some hit registration improvements and things like that? So it's a little bit of a bummer here that, again, we're going through another major title update now that is not fully addressing some of the major concerns that players have. But anytime we're seeing some quality of life updates, some stability fixes, things like that, as mentioned, it is ultimately good. Just wish there was a little bit more here for sure. But again, this update is dropping on Tuesday, March 3rd. So we've got that to look forward to next week now, and that's everything that's changing with title update 1.2.1.5. That is going to wrap things up for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, do me a favor, drop a like. It's always seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, you want to make sure you're always in the know for absolutely everything going on in the world of Battlefield. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.